for our little bit of the show. So I cannot remember what we talked about last week. Last week I believe did we cover I know we had the nostalgia bit. And we had some movies.
Yeah, we talked about the movies, Snowpiercer, Room, and the other one. But we also talked about the Zelda movies, TV shows, the Zelda TV show, and also the Super Mario show.
Okay, so with that we kind of delved into a show that's basically about a game. Technically 2 games if you count some of the episodes. Well, in that case, we're actually going to be covering some more game. We're going to be covering some more game stuff. Not necessarily Nintendo just yet. We might do that in a later part of the section. But for now, there's another game that I feel a lot of people by now have played or at least have heard of. It's a game that's been overhyped for a while and now has for the better their communities died down quite a bit.
Mm-hmm.
But nonetheless, it's one of those games that so many people remember and a lot of people had a good experience for playing, as far as I know. And that game is Undertale. So we might as well have one of this part here. So let's see. So Jamila, you're taking a second round through this game, huh?
Yes, I got it on my computer. I think a few days ago. Decided to have a nostalgia run and play the game again. And yeah, I've gotten pretty far in the game. So I will talk about the story a little bit. So there is this child. He falls down from a mountain.
Do you have a name?
Mountain Bot. Yeah. He meets a flower that says, I can teach you the ways of this world, but in...
Is he hallucinating?
Huh?
Is the kid hallucinating?
Yeah, I guess the kid is pretty okay with things going on in the mountain. He just takes things at face value and doesn't freak out, I guess. So this flower is pretty sadistic. Flower wants to kill everything in sight, especially the child.
I thought the flower was to show him the ways of the world.
Yeah, he's a trickster.
What are these ways of the world that he wishes to show him? So quote.
Flower means flowy. Very original.
Very original there. Flowy the flower.
Says that you need to catch friendliness pellets in order to gain LV, which is love. That's what he says.
Yeah, the creator of the game, Toby Fox, who made Undertale, as well, along with I think there's a few other devs. Toby Fox is the main developer, and there's Temi. I forgot their full name.
Yeah.
They're one of the artists.
Mm-hmm.
And I think a few other people I cannot remember. But I don't fully understand the acronyms for all the various statuses in the game that are kind of hidden.
I think EXP was short for execution points.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. The game is semi-dark warning for sensitive, but it's also not really sensitive. It's an odd game.
The game is really not that dark. There was one kind of route in the game that is obviously dark, and that's the genocide route.
Okay, and there's also a slightly dark side to pacifist route, oddly enough. Okay, so before we get into further details, Undertale is an RPG game. RPG stands for role-playing game. Same general genre as Legend of Zelda. Fire Emblem is kind of an art. Yeah, that's more of a strategy game. With some RPG-ish elements, sort of. The Divinity series on Steam, that's definitely an RPG, full-blown.
Mm-hmm. Persona 5 was also considered RPG.
And then of course, the one, the only Dungeons and Dragons. That's not even a video game. I have not tried the video game version, but I feel it's better to do it in person. Anywho, Undertale is an RPG game. With RPG games, they're usually this one is one with various endings to where like how depending on how you play, depending on how you interact with the characters, the end result and the I guess the following action of the story will adapt to exactly how you've acted in the game. So your actions do kind of matter in the universe of the game, and this is a game that you can that no matter what happens, you don't really, even though this is an RPG game, it's turn-based and it's a bullet hell. Most notable bullet hell that a lot of people like to make jokes of is Touhou, Touhou. Weird spelling. When I was younger, when I first saw the game, I thought it was called Touhou.
Everybody thought that too. A lot of fans get angry about that.
Touhou.
Yeah, also Toho fans get angry if you compare Undertale to their game. But that's another story.
They're both bullet hells, but that's about it. Undertale is a bullet hell with a very winded story. And it kind of punts itself back sometimes with by kind of exposing RPG elements, but not quite. It was a game that like good. It was a very good game.
It is.
Anywho, so back to the story of Flowey the Flower and this child who apparently is hallucinating because he's listening to a talking flower and is not reacting to it.
Yeah, so
This flower is apparently evil and sadistic. Why is he? What does he say that makes him so sadistic? Because I mean, you're only going to interact with them via text or battling.
Well, first, the flower has a lot of facial expressions, so of course he looks pretty evil. The flower actually reveals that his friendliness pellets are actually bullets, then surrounds the player's heart, which is actually his soul, with like the little friendliness pellets, and tries to like kill them all at once, but he fails because a goat mom saves him.
Yes, the goat mom. I forgot the name of the monster.
Toriel.
I forgot the name of the monster that she was supposed to be.
Huh?
Like all the monsters in Undertale, by the way, they're all like Irish monsters, like in like Irish and Celtic folklore.
Oh, I thought Toriel was a white Baphomet. Kind of.
White Baphomet?
Yeah.
Maybe. I wouldn't know. You might have that name spot on.
Yeah.
But I mean, our next characters we're gonna meet after Toriel, they're revenants, but you don't know that. They just say they're skeletons.
They're what?
Revenants.
What's that?
Basically a zombie but more skeletal, and they don't seek everyone to kill. They only seek one soul, and that is the person who has slain them in life. And otherwise they're very, very, very friendly to everyone else.
Okay.
Even negotiable and tradable.
Okay.
Like a revenant is basically like a skeleton zombie monster thingy, where basically when they're alive as a human or whatever creature they were, they're whatever. But if they chose a special route of purgatory to one day raise from the dead, they would then seek out the person who's slain them to claim vengeance against them, and they would not let their souls release to heaven or hell until their vengeance has been claimed.
Mm-hmm.
And you can tell when the revenants claim their vengeance when one of their eyes flashes a bright blinding light.
Oh.
We'll get to those characters in a second, and they're not too scary. They're pretty fun guys.
Yeah, I love the skeletons.
Yeah. Anywho, Toriel.
So Toriel saves the kid. By the way, the child's name is Frisk.
Yes.
But
Frisk.
apparently you can name.
He's a frisky boy.
You can name the kid any name you want. So I named Frisk my name Mila. So.
Yeah.
So yeah, he gets saved. Actually, no, not he. The character is also genderless. So.
We can refer to the character as either he or she, whichever you prefer.
In the game, they can't call the child they, but so they get saved, and then Toriel guides the child in the ruins, which is like a purpley area where everything's like leafy, like it has red leaves all over the place, and filled with lots of puzzles.
There's lots of cute little puzzles. And yeah, tutorial, tutorial. You're going to tutorial. You're going. It's a tutorial of the game.
Oh yes.
And so she's named Toriel.
Yeah.
And I was like, that's a cute name.
Yeah.
Yeah, and she's just a sweet goat mom, but at the same time she really wants you to be raised in the world of monsters and not to have you go back home.
Yeah, she's pretty lonely, so she really wants to keep you, but of course the ruins is pretty small and
it's small, it's quaint, but you really want to go home.
Yeah.
So you make your way out, but she tells you, oh, she forgot to lock the door out to the outside.
Yeah.
And well, that door doesn't go outside, it goes deeper underground.
Mm-hmm.
She plans to destroy the door.
Mm-hmm.
But
you have to fight her and prove yourself.
you have to prove that you can make it through. And she's a hard opponent, but here's the thing: you don't want to hurt. This is where you choose. Are you going to fight powerfully, or are you going to try to convince her to let you go through?
Yeah, by doing that, you have to spare her. So just continuously pressing spare until she's like, "Why are you doing this?" And she just gets guilty and she lets you go.
Or you could take the darker side, which is
just keep fighting her until her HP is low.
Yeah, and and monsters that have been defeated, they turn to dust.
Mm-hmm.
But here's I guess I could throw another folklore thing. If a monster turn to dust, then that means the monster will eventually come back at some point later in time.
Yeah.
That means that they're not really dead.
Yeah, they come back as, it's like, there's this kind of, I don't know if it's an Easter egg, but if you go in the library, there's like a storybook that says, if you sprinkle their dust or ashes on their favorite thing, they come back as that thing or something. Yeah.
Wait, that's in a file?
Yeah. That's in the library, in the game.
Oh.
Or probably a character says it.
Might be in the library.
Yeah.
Well, that's wonderful.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, there's that. You can, and after you meet Toriel, we'll say you convince her that you need to leave. You need to go home.
I convinced
She
her.
gives you a big old hug, and gives a tearful goodbye, and you make your way past the ruins.
Oh,
but then you see a camera in the bush. A camera. This place everywhere is like powered by magic and stuff. So wait, is that camera magic camera or is it electric camera? Who knows?
Somebody dropped it. I don't know.
Someone dropped it down the hole that first fell in.
Mm-hmm.
Well, anyway, there's a camera in the bush. You don't know who's in. You don't know what's in there. You decide not to investigate further.
Yeah, you don't really investigate cameras. You just get shocked that there's a camera in the bush.
You continue walking, and then a twig snaps. You swear you walked past that twig, and it didn't snap.
Mm-hmm.
But after it snapped, you look back, it's indeed broken in two.
Mm-hmm.
You hear footsteps. All of a sudden, you hear a little clattering. What could it be? And then you hear a voice. Turn around.
Human, turn around and shake a pal's hand.
Then you shake the pal's hand. You've got whoopee cushion in the hand trick.
Yeah.
And in comes Sans.
Yeah.
Well, yeah. If you don't know much about Sans, well, he's a very special character. Sans the skeleton, and he's full of bad puns.
Yeah. A short little skeleton that wears a blue jacket and pink flip-flops.
I thought it was a hoodie.
Slipper.
A fluffy hoodie.
Oh, it's a hoodie?
It's a fluffy hoodie.
It's a fluffy hoodie, and he wears pink slippers. Yeah.
Yep. And black sweatpants. But they're shorts, sweatpants, sweat shorts.
Sweat shorts, I guess. Yeah, he's a pretty fun guy. He's just a jokester. He's lazy. He likes puns.
And he makes reality look stupid.
He makes reality look stupid. Yeah, he's pretty unique because he knows a lot of things, you know. He knows quite a lot.
Mm-hmm.
And he can also teleport. That's why you see him in every single frame. And just like, well, if you're like a new player and you're just like, wait a minute, weren't you over here?
You're walking through a snowy tundra, and you see Sans just a few feet away from you. You walk further until he's off screen, and then the very next foot, he's there again.
Yeah.
But he's in front of you. How did he get there? He didn't even change screens. Why is Sans like this?
Yeah. I really like Sans.
Or perhaps Sans is talking with the Royal Guard trainee. And yes, there's a Royal Guard system in the monster world. And he's talking to a trainee, and then he sees you, says hi, and then he and the trainee walk off screen. His trainee goes left, he goes right to deal with other business. You walk to the screen on the left, he's there. Sans is there.
Sans is there.
You're going to the Monster Grill shop, Grill Bees. But you don't know your way there. Sans shows you a shortcut, but instead you're going the wrong way.
Yeah.
But somehow you end up there anyway.
He can teleport with you, I guess.
Sans is beyond our comprehension. But it's funny. That's the best part.
I like his idle sprite, like, he just doesn't, like, stay to the left or to the right or behind him. He just literally stands straight, like,
he stands still, and he looks straight at the camera.
Straight at the camera. Yeah, with his hands in his pocket and his little smile. It's kind of creepy, though, because
I think it's
you don't
hilarious.
see his pupils. You don't see his little white pupils, so that's when you know he's just normal. But when you don't see his pupils, it's a serious face. So it kind of is a little bit concerning, but Sans is just a happy boy.
No, I think you only see his pupil. I think you only see his eyes when he's in dialogue.
Yeah, that's right. Only in dialogue, but not in the sprite.
Yeah, because the sprite is smaller. In dialogue, they can make his picture bigger. Anywho, so you meet Sans in the woods.
And then
He's not doing anything weird in the woods. He's just in the woods.
And then you meet his brother.
Papyrus.
Yes.
By the way, the skeleton, and the skeletons are named after fonts. Papyrus. There's if you ever want to voice act these characters, well, they don't have exact voices in their text. They just kind of have that reverb sound.
Yeah.
As the text types itself. But if you were to voice act Papyrus, of course you'd give him Red Skull's voice because he's Papyrus. Red Skull's voice is the only voice that fits him. Foolish human, you'll never solve my puzzle now.
Yeah, Papyrus is just so hilarious. He gives you so much puzzles. He gives you spaghetti to entice you.
He's a spaghetti connoisseur, except he can't
really
cook at
cook.
all.
He can't.
He literally
Up to the
can't.
table.
He has a microwave. It's unplugged. He has spaghetti. It's frozen to the table.
Yeah.
I don't understand.
What other puzzles he gives you? Oh, he gives you that ore puzzle, but he literally solved it himself because he walked the path, and then the human just follows it.
Mhm. Yep. The shocking maze puzzle.
Mhm.
If you do walk straight through the puzzle, you will get zapped.
Yep. And then Sans also tried to make a puzzle, but all he gave first was a word search.
He rips a word search puzzle from the newspaper.
Yeah.
It's like, your puzzle. Boom, I stopped you. Bye bye.
Yeah. But you can actually be pretty nice because Sans wants you to be nice to his brother. So
If you're not nice to his brother, he will not be very nice to you.
yeah.
Be nice to his brother.
Yeah. I wonder what happens if you said, like, so there's like two choices. After you like do the word search thing, or not technically do it, but just look at it pretty much. So it's like jumbo jam, something jumbo jam or something like that.
It's
Jumbo in words.
it's Junior Jumble and Monster Kid Scramble, I think.
Yeah. So Papyrus thinks the Junior Jumble is hard, and Sans thinks the word search is hard. But if you say the Junior Jumble, then Papyrus will get happy, and then Sans will actually thank you for saying the Junior Jumble instead of word search.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What else? Well, after doing all the puzzles, then you'll have to get to a point where you have to fight Sans, and that's like doing the same battles where it's turn-based and it's bullet hell. But in Papyrus's battle, your normal soul heart goes from red to blue, and when you're blue, you have to jump over like his attack, which are actually
Blue
bones.
means gravity.
Blue means gravity.
Yeah.
You have to jump.
Combat. The way combat works is determined by the color of your soul.
Mhm.
If your soul is this color, it does one thing. If your
Mhm.
soul is that color, it does another thing. But your soul stays whatever color it is until the opponent changes up,
Mhm.
and you adapt to that.
Yeah.
But if you can't adapt, then you're gonna get hit.
Yep. And I'm pretty bad at the bullet hells, and especially Papyrus's battle, I almost died. Yeah. Well, I technically almost died, especially his special attack, where it's just a series of bones like going high and low.
No. That's his not so special attack.
Oh.
He never did his special attack.
His super cool regular attack.
His super cool, ultra powerful regular attack.
Yeah. But anyway, I'm pretty terrible at it because I keep getting hit by bombs.
Yes.
Always stock up on items before you fight him, and always save.
Yes.
But after you spared Papyrus a few times.
Well, he realizes you seem to love spaghetti, so he's like, this is something we have in common. Maybe he will help me cook spaghetti.
Yeah.
Or she, whichever.
Mhm.
Papyrus really doesn't have a preference. Anywho, do you wish to date the skeleton? I really don't know.
Yeah, in the battle you can actually like date. You can actually tell Sans you want to go on. Not Sans, Papyrus that you want to go on a date, and then he'll just keep thinking about the date during the entire battle. Well, you just like wait until the battle to end, then you can just go on a date after that.
yeah, the date is a very special thing.
Yeah.
I don't know how to describe it.
Yeah, it's very hard description. It's not your actual date, everyone, so it's really just them talking and Sans I'm not so why do I keep saying Sans? Papyrus keeps coming up with these random like assumptions. It's like, oh my gosh, you're wearing clothes? That means you wanted to date me from the start.
Papyrus has never been on a date.
Yeah. Never. In fact, he's never seen a human.
He's never seen a human. He's never seen a date. He's never been on a date because he's never seen one.
Mhm.
But he tries.
Yeah.
That's the best part.
Mhm. Well.
Well, here's the thing. Apparently, humans aren't allowed in the underground. So there's that's what the Royal Guard is kind of for.
Yeah.
Humans aren't really supposed to go through the underground. There's a reason why monsters are called monsters and not friends. And of course you're there to you somehow whether by happy chance you happen to change that, make them realize that humans aren't so bad.
Mhm.
But in the meantime, before that really happy ending comes into play, you first have to deal with the Royal Guard.
Undying.
The Royal Guard isn't that big.
It's just Undying.
It's Undyne, and there's two other Royal Guards.
Aren't the dogs a part of the Royal Guard?
No, they aren't.
They're not?
Actually, no. Actually, I think they are, but they're not officially part of the Royal Guard. And oh yeah, in Undertale, there's a huge emphasis on dogs.
There is.
There's a lot of
greater dog, lesser dog.
You're not a dog, but there's a lot of dogs in the game.
Really?
And one of them is incredibly annoying, but it's not really annoying. It's just hilarious.
Annoying dog, also known as Toby Fox. That's pretty much is Toby Fox sprite character.
Yeah, that's Toby Fox inserting himself. Similar to how if I were to insert myself, I would insert perhaps one of my D&D characters, or perhaps the logo that I have made very recently will be added to the show's YouTube channel very soon. By the way, I need to give you that logo. I actually have two logos. Anywho, back to Undertale world land thing.
Well, let's talk about the dogs.
Dogs.
So there's lesser dog.
Lesser dog.
Lesser dog
Pet.
is
You must pet the dog. If you do not pet the dog, you'll be vanquished.
Lesser dog's head just grows once you pet it. So
Every time you pet, his neck extend.
Yeah.
He attack. He defend. But most important, he extend.
Yeah.
And you may keep on petting keep on petting him. So many pets, but at the same time, you may realize the game acknowledges you may have a problem.
Yeah.
It's at that point.
I don't have
At the point where half the screen is filled with just an extended dog, you might have a problem at that point.
Yeah,
You might want to stop there.
I wanted to see how long you can go with lesser dog's neck, but I really didn't want to keep on petting it. Sorry, lesser dog.
Lesser dog will expect as much petting next round.
Yeah.
You may meet him again.
Mhm.
Then there's Greater Dog.
Greater dog is kind of a
bigger
little bit you kind of have to do the acts a little bit at a certain way. First, you gotta ignore Greater Dog twice, and then the dog will just slowly come forward towards you, and then and beg for pets and playtime.
And from that point forward, he is a dog,
Yeah.
not a knight. By the way, these dogs are knights.
Mhm.
Are they part of the Royal Guard? I have absolutely no clue.
I think so.
Well, they're very cute. Then again, I don't think they've ever seen I don't think that these monsters have ever seen normal things. Either that or we just consider everything normal.
Well, there's also Doggo. I think Doggo is technically blind, or like maybe almost blind. so he can't really see things unless you move. Yeah.
Dojo Doggo.
Yeah. So, in order to deal with Doggo, you just gotta pet him again. Pet Doggo, and then he'll just like go crazy and be like pet, pet, pet. And then
You make a dog that is blind go insane.
yeah.
And you make friends with him somehow.
Yeah.
And there's
Dogamy and Dogamisa. Those are the two couple dogs, and
they're married.
they're married, and I don't know if they're blind too, but they use their scent to you
They
know,
sniff.
to see who you are. They use their scent. So if you roll around the dirt or something, you will smell like a dog to them, and they think you're a lost puppy. And then you kind of pet them, and then they're like, oh, this poor puppy just pet me, and what a beautiful sight.
But then you also realize, wait, dogs can pet other dogs. That is an epiphany. We must tell the rest.
Yeah.
You started a dog pet dog movement.
Yeah.
Something that very few animals have ever achieved.
Mm-hmm.
Imagine a cat petting a cat.
I mean, I've seen other animals pet other animals, but they don't really know that they're petting each other, so.
Yeah, maybe they are.
Yeah.
Fluffy fluffs.
Yay. So.
And there's an annoying dog everywhere. He's everywhere.
Yeah.
If you catch him, you get dog residue.
Mm-hmm.
And if you get rid of dog residue, you can get many things, such as more dog residue, dog salad, a hot dog. You can get fur,
Mm-hmm.
or you might get a rare tennis ball. And if you get rid of the dog residue, you get more dog residue.
Yeah. I kind of put the dog residue in the box when I was playing.
You can get infinite amount of dog residue.
Yeah.
If you wish to sell this dog residue, you can make a profit. The magic of capitalism.
Well, that you get a lot of dog residue, I think, when annoying dog absorbs the artifact.
So there's a puzzle in the game
Mm-hmm.
that is a little out of the way. You have to kind of look for it a little bit.
It's not that hard to find, though.
It's not hard. It's not hard to find, but putting two and two together to get the clue to solving the puzzle is a different story. If you find that out, if you find that out, you get the clue. You have to find out if that's where you have to put two together, solve the puzzle, and you find an ancient artifact behind a cave wall.
Yeah.
But when you pick it up, the dog steals it.
You're carrying too many dogs. You let go of the dog absorbs the artifact.
The artifact really just sloops inside the dog.
Yeah.
It doesn't eat it. It doesn't sit on it. It just phases into the dog.
Yeah.
This dog is a quantum dog.
He is.
Hence is why you were carrying too many dogs.
So, after you do that puzzle and you know get the dog and deal with that entire I guess you can call it a side quest, kind of. Well, technically this area is in the waterfall, so
There's
left.
an entire area called Waterfall.
Yeah, so you left
It's
the,
beautiful and calm, and there's ghosts there.
Yeah. So you left Snowden with all the jolly, happy skeletons, and now you're like in a tranquil, quiet area. It's a big change in scenery after dealing with so much happiness, and now you're just in the waterfall now. This is where you meet Undyne, and it's kind of a little bit it's kind of a little bit of a waifu just to get to Undyne because she attacks you in the process, and that can be a bit scary.
She's a rogue guard, and she will do everything she can to defend herself
Yeah.
and her home.
Mhm.
She's a Undyne is a fish person thing. Siren maybe? I don't know.
She's a fish.
She's a fish person.
Fish monster.
There was a name for it, I forgot what it was called. But she has a laser eye, but you don't know that.
She does? Oh, that's why her eye patch. She has an eye patch.
Mm-hmm.
So she has a laser eye. That's cool.
Yep.
I never knew that.
Yep, her eye patch keeps her laser eye from shooting.
Oh, that's so cool.
There's a thing about there's some Tokyo has something with eyes, I feel like.
Yeah. Well.
But Undyne, she's amazing. She's a tomboy, kind of.
Mhm.
Actually, very much.
Mhm. She's very rambunctious.
And also
Well,
raises the power of anime, apparently, as we later learn.
Mhm. Yeah. Oh, she also fights with a spear.
Her main weapon is a spear, but it's a spectral spear that always returns to her. So she could hurl as many of them as she wants at any intruder.
Yeah.
And you seem to be an intruder. She's never seen a human before, or maybe she has. I don't know. But she doesn't trust you at first. But you eventually prove that you're a bit of a tougher opponent than she's dealt with before.
Yeah.
But at the same time,
Undyne's boss fight is a little bit interesting. You kind of like have to be pretty resilient in that battle. You can't really spare her. You could fight her if you want again, but you kind of like have to. Basically you're stuck in stasis.
There's
she
a point.
turns her heart green.
There's a part in the fight where all you can do is once there's an opening, you don't fight, you run.
You have to run.
You run, you run, you run, keep fighting, run, keep fighting, run, until
you get to Hotland. And then she doesn't like it.
She's a fish. She gets dried up. She does not like it.
Mm-hmm.
So what do? You pour a cup of water on her.
And then you get to meet her again. Don't miss that opportunity. You have to meet her again.
She might come back for you.
Yeah, you have to befriend her well, technically it's the neutral route, so, but I guess when you're doing the true pacifist route, you kind of like have to, all those things are pretty mandatory. If you do that at all, I think.
All you have to do is pour a cup of water, and she will be your friend.
Yep.
Because she realizes you are sparing her.
But don't you like have to go to her house?
You have to pour a cup of water on her, and that's about it for the time being.
But after that,
yes, you find her.
You have to find her again.
She has a pretty cool house.
It's a fish house.
But it's also spiky.
And next to Undyne's house is Napsterbook's house, which is the ghost of the game, or one of the ghosts.
There's a few ghosts in the game. Everyone likes Brookie because he is your average gamer.
He just likes music. He's just a music boy, but he only has his 3 CDs. And if you play one of the CDs and leave his house, then you kind of fight. Well, not technically fight. Like 2 enemies approach you, and they're like, "What is that music? It's so spooky."
You scare your encounters away.
Yeah.
It goes for all encounters.
Mm.
Every encounter that happens, every monster you meet, they are scared by his music.
Yeah.
They fear. Oh, and also Napsterbook, he's just very chill. He'll even let you take from his fridge, which is empty. No, it's just full of ghost burgers.
It's a ghost sandwich. And after you eat the ghost sandwich, You just lie on the ground and then you just go to space until you move your mouse or your, control pad, whatever
I
you're
don't
using.
know. Yes, we'll just leave it at that.
So if you want to take a break from the game, want to relax with Napster Book and Frisk, you can just enjoy space and the nice binaural beats and just chill. But again, after that, you kind of feel like garbage because I don't know what is in the Ghost Burger. No one knows.
You hold the Ghost Burger in front of your hand. You take a bite of the Ghost Burger.
Mm-hmm.
You feel absolutely nothing in your stomach, but the Napster book suggests that you lie on the ground and feel like garbage. If you do so, you'll go to space.
Yeah.
And I don't understand.
He's just a pretty he's a very emotional guy. He's pretty emotional, likes music, your typical emo ghost.
Emo Ghost, but isn't that supposed to be like all about not emotion?
I don't know. He seemed pretty emo to me. Because he's so like sad and solemn and he's like, oh, I don't mean to bother you. Oh no, I'm so sorry.
I think he's just shy.
Shy?
Sort of shy.
Well, remember in the ruins, that's when you first meet Nav's the bug. He's just lying on leaves and then he's just saying Z, 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 are they gone? And when you fight him, there's a little thing inside the game where there's a gray text that says, sorry, I'm not feeling up for it right now.
I'm not feeling up to it.
Yeah.
You want to fight? I'm not feeling up to it right now.
Yeah.
He doesn't really want to fight.
He doesn't really. His cousin does, which is the Mad Dummy.
Yeah, well, his cousin is just another. It's like what? It's his brother, but his brother. They kind of. No, I don't think they.
They're
actually,
cousins, aren't they?
Cousins maybe.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's just perpetually angry.
Yeah.
And he possesses a dummy.
Mm-hmm.
So whenever you beat the dummy up, he has an excuse to get mad at you.
Yeah. Actually, the Mad Dummy gets mad at anything you do.
Yeah.
No matter what you do.
You're supposed to. You see a training dummy. Do you punch it, or you pretend you're reasoning with it? Why would you reason with it? I don't know. But you know what? Maybe you're just that kind of person. Well, the dummy still gets mad. The Mad Dummy. And he sends you through a whole sort of very unique battle.
Yeah.
Where he has smaller dummies attacking.
That battle is also pretty hard. Excuse me, but
we will not spoil the gimmicks on these battles too much, though. So let's move on.
Oh, you don't want to talk about the battle?
Nah.
All right then, fine. Well, after you fight Undyne, move to water, move to Hotland. What happens there?
Hotland. You get hot. It's very warm.
Mm-hmm.
There's lava and water, but also lava, and also water, but also a lot more lava and fire. And also it's volcanic.
Mm-hmm.
And also there's a lot of machinery there. I don't know why. Why would you build machinery in a hot place? Aren't you supposed to cool machinery? Well, yes, there is a core, and it has ice being sent in from the very beginning areas of the game, snowed in. There's a little secret area there. We will not say how to get there though. Well, let's see what else is there. Hotland. There's a lab there, big laboratory.
When you meet Alphys.
Yep. Alphys, she's a little social anxious.
Yeah, she's literally me.
Aww.
She's a little socially anxious dinosaur that loves anime. Literally me.
Anime, and she also built a robot.
Mm-hmm.
That's kind of child, but also is the underground biggest superstar.
Yeah, and the name of the robot is Mettaton. Mettaton.
However, unlike real celebrities, actually I'm not gonna say that. I'm not gonna say what I was gonna say. We'll leave you to imagine what joke I was about to make. But
Well,
anywho,
But Medicine is pretty flamboyant, so.
he's flamboyant. And
He's also pretty
He's amazing.
unpredictable,
he's amazing.
murderous a little bit as well. And his boss battle
That's all
is
part of the
pretty hard.
show.
His boss battle's pretty hard too, you know. Well, technically you gotta move and press Z at the same time. And you gotta keep doing that until the ratings get super high. It's a crazy boss battle.
No, you see, you just have to dance with the robot.
Mm-hmm.
But you don't want to do the robot. If you try doing the robot, you're not gonna get anywhere. He is actively using his robot weapons against you.
Mm-hmm.
But as long as you put on a good show and make his ratings go through the roof, as you and him are not really brawling it out, but just technically dancing, he's shooting at you and you're dodging and doing a dance while you're doing it.
Mm-hmm.
Well, as long as you're doing that, then you're gonna get him so popular that he starts to cry. And he gets amazing, and he's like, you know what, you can go. You're amazing.
Yeah. It was pretty, the whole medicine thing is pretty unpredictable, but it's all good. Oh, before you meet medicine, there's actually, well, what one of my friends calls it, a mini-boss, where you fight a spider named Muffet.
Little Miss Muffet sounded tubby in your curtain way, but turns out she was a spider.
Mm-hmm. That likes to sell donuts.
And she makes spider cider. If you don't eat it, then she'll scare you away.
Yay! But she also makes donuts too at a very unreasonable price.
Yeah. Well, I mean, they're not unreasonable. Just like the moment you see the first time you see a spider bake sale, you buy some spider cider and a spider donut, and you save it until you meet her, so you can show her, hey, I have spider donuts and cider. Are you happy? She's like, eat them. She's like, oh, so you're not someone who likes to squish bugs. If you like spiders so much, why don't you eat those spider donuts?
Mm-hmm.
Made with, by the way, spider donuts are made by real spiders. For spiders.
Of
spiders.
Of spiders.
I don't understand why.
Then
But
how
I
would
love
that
it.
taste like?
I mean, it probably tastes very earthy and proteiny, but still like a normal donut, because it's gotta have sweetener in it.
Yeah,
It's
I guess
got-
frosting.
I mean, if anything, it would probably be like ground up spider. So, namely, okay, I guess this is where we throw sensitivity warning. Sensitivity warning.
No, you just totally reminded me of that Snowpiercer thing now.
Oh no, this is different. And by the way, cricket flour is a thing too. So I wouldn't mind. I wouldn't think that like spider flour would be very different. Okay, basically bug exos. Okay, time to talk about bugs. Bug exoskeletons. They're full of protein and they can be ground into flour. I'm not kidding. This is a thing. This is the thing that people do. They take bugs and they raise them. And then when some of the bugs die, and they're and they become all dry and just husky, you grind up those husks and you can get bug flour. Not flour like pretty fluffy flour as in poofy powder. Bug flour is incredibly rich in protein. Has a little bit of an earthier taste when you bake foods with it. But it doesn't alter the taste too much. It's like if you want to make a spider donut out of spider exoskeleton, it would probably taste like it would taste like whatever donut you're trying to make, but with a bit of a slightly earthier flavor. If you're not a fan of that kind of stuff, then of course don't try it. But that is a thing. And no, bug flour does not. When you have bug flour, you're not getting legs and bits and that. No. Those parts are also ground up to a fine powder to where you're not feeling the texture at all. There's really no texture. It's whatever texture flour is after it's baked into something. Which is?
Spider donut.
Sure, yeah. Spider donut.
Yeah.
you can't just make a donut out of pure spider. You need to have the bread too, the wheat and the.
Well, thank you, Aiden, so much for teaching us how to make spider donuts.
Or cricket donuts. Grasshopper donuts.
I mean,
Ants
I have
donuts.
seen people eat like scorpions on a stick.
Oh no! I'm not. I would not do that. I mean, I know it's a delicacy, but honestly, I don't think I would want to eat like a whole bug. I'd be fine having like a bug as a flour, as like flour inside a baked good, but I would not eat a bug as a bug. That would be kind of. I don't think I'd be able to understand the texture.
I wouldn't want to eat a bug either.
So let's not. Let's move on. Let's instead move on to
Not 3 minutes. Okay.
to something we can talk about less than 3 minutes.
Well, I guess we can like quickly talk about the last 2 routes. So basically, where I'm at is neutral route, where basically.
Pacifist.
Huh?
Pacifist. So this is a game that's unique because, or sort of unique because you don't really have to defeat anyone. You can just make friends with them all.
Yeah, this is when you're like mandatory to make friends with anyone. If you kill, the route just triggers off and you just go back to normal.
Yeah, don't be a meanie. Don't hurt anyone.
What's different about this one is basically Flowey turns into a special character in the end of the game.
Something very special. We will not that information is disclosed until any of you were to play the game. This game is on Steam, so if you know what Steam is, store.steampower.com. You can actually take a look at that kind of stuff.
The game's also on the Nintendo Switch. It's not if you actually buy it on Nintendo Switch, there's actually a special boss in the game.
Is it Marrow?
What?
Is it Super Marrow?
No, it's
Super Marrow Bros.
No, it's one of the characters Alphys really likes. I think is that? It's a cat girl.
Oh, I know. I forgot their name.
Yeah.
But I know exactly who you're talking about.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know what they look like though, so that's actually kind of cool.
Yeah, it's on Steam, on Switch, but you can also just like download the game normally if you don't have a Steam account. So
Download the game what?
Download the game normally, like through the Undertale website.
Oh yeah, they have their own website, so, and they have their own blog, they have their own Twitter and stuff. It's what most game devs have.
Yeah. Also, Toby Fox is also working on a new game called Deltarune, which is the sequel of Undertale.
It's been a while since he's worked on it, not worked on it. It's been a while since he's released anything about it.
Yeah, it's gonna take him a while, maybe 7 years or more.
Keep doing
He's
that
indie,
amazing
so-
work, Toby. If you ever at all find this channel interesting.
He's an indie gamer. Well,
Otherwise, then there's I guess we could say what else do we talk about? We talk about Undertale, and what else do we talk about? Yeah.
well.
Anywho,
It looks like we have to go now, so
Oh,
thank you
yeah, we
for
have to-
listening.
You want to do the outro?
Okay, so thank you for listening to Cougar Radio with Jamila Walker and Aiden
Aiden
McCarthy.
McCarthy.
I hope you enjoyed this session. We'll see you next week. Bye.
Bye bye.